And hello, everyone. Welcome in on this Friday to Evolve. I am your host. I am Kisa, also known as Coach K. So, thank you so much on this beautiful Friday across Birmingham in the southeastern part of the country for evolving with me today. Are you doing okay? I mean, I just feel like I need to just ask you that on this Friday. Are you doing okay? I sure hope so. And let me tell you, I am not a native Birminghamian, if there is such a thing. And you'll hear some noise, y'all. I'm on the south side, so you're getting all the sights and sounds and fields of the south side today. But I am not a native of Birmingham. I'm actually from Montgomery, but you might as well say I've adopted the Magic City, so I'm from here for the past 30 years almost. Okay. So I love all things Magic City. I love to live here in the Magic City. Like I live here, like came here to work back in 1996, have not left yet. So it's almost 30 years in that I'm vested. And I also love, as part of what I do, being a longtime communicator, former news anchor, current writer, in fact, for the Birmingham Times, writer, blogger, influencer, video influencer, social media influencer, and life change strategist. But part of what I like to do is feature all things Magic City, like feature some of the great things that are happening in the Magic City. So without further ado today, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to someone who is all things Magic City. And like he's been around the world and things have come back full circle. Many of you will know this gentleman that I am introducing today. He is NKosi, also known as Erick Matthews, singer, songwriter extraordinaire. Welcome to Evolve, Erick.
How are you, my friend?
Listen, if I were any better, it just would be dangerous, right? Like it would just be dangerous. Like I'm doing that good on this Friday. And plus, it doesn't hurt that, you're taking us up a level with Evolve because we have this superstar factor here with you. You
Oh,
know,
Lord. Okay, all right. I'll see how this is going to go. All right.
okay, right. Okay, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I am so excited to interview you. Like Erick, people they would not know that we go way back. Like we go
Oh
way
my
back.
God, I'm sorry.
That's okay. This
That's
this
fine.
is this is TV. It's all good.
Mhm,
Things happen, and Erick, here's what I've had to learn. This is true story, but funny story.
mhm.
With my background being broadcast, I want everything perfect and everything looking good,
I'm
and
trying to
everything.
cut it off because this is ridiculous.
That's okay. That's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Because here's what I'm trying to say to you.
Mhm,
While I've spent years trying to figure out how to do this thing and have the perfect set and have the perfect look, there are people who are over in closets. There are
mhm,
people who are outside on the playground. There are people who are filming things from their bed. There are people who sit in the car with
mhm.
their seat belt on,
Come on,
and
yes.
they get 500,000 views, and Meta is paying them a steady paycheck every day, and they don't care about what it looks like, what
Mhm,
it sounds.
mhm.
If you give people what they want, they give you grace. So I've had to let the perfection go.
I realize it's all about energy, and if people can feel you and resonate with you, they don't care what kind of environment you're in. They just want the information and the personality.
I
And
mean, I, that's it in a nutshell, isn't it?
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I've just tried to have all this things perfectly lined, and I'll give it my best shot. But if not, it's okay. Enough
yeah.
of that, though. Let's talk about you and what you're doing. And in Cozy, I understand that you do have your roots in gospel music as far as singing and songwriting, but let's just say you have an expansion going on. Can you explain what that really means?
Absolutely. I mean, my whole life I've done gospel. I've been exposed to gospel. I have many ministers and people who are very involved in church and ministry and so forth. And that was my first introduction to music and so forth. But we are, no pun intended, evolving. and
Well played, my friend. Well played.
just expanding. I guess that would be also an appropriate word. We're expanding and finding ourselves on different stages that don't look many of the stages that I've been on in the past. So we're just embracing it. We're accepting what is and embracing what isn't, and trying to continue to affect people. So the 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 uh, the idea hasn't changed,
Mhm.
but the method is changing a little bit. Let's say that.
Yeah, I think how can I say this to you? I think if you are growing, you are changing and you are evolving. The
Hmm.
danger occurs when you don't grow and you don't evolve.
Absolutely.
And by the way, y'all, shout out to our friends yesterday at Talk of Alabama. Eric, actually, also known as NKosi, had an opportunity to perform, and had an opportunity to perform there. And she, I think, everybody was talking about how great you sounded and all of that great stuff. And I
Wow.
loved how you told her, you said, I just choose to look at this as life music. I have a message, and
Hmm.
I believe that that message can be shared with more people. Can you sort of reiterate that? Because I thought that was a powerful way that you put that. Like, why limit myself to one genre? The
Sure.
music that I have. Can you reiterate that?
Absolutely. I think that there's a saying that I grew up hearing all the time: perception is reality, right?
Mm.
And
Mhm.
so, perception really comes from a number of things, but primarily observation, right? And
Yes.
so, when we see people, and operating in whatever they're operating in, the first impression has to do with our perception of them, how they look, how they carry themselves, how effective they are, so forth and so on. And so, you know, um, my thing is to just make sure that people really understand uh, and get solutions out of my music. I don't want to just do music. I want to do solution oriented music. So what I decided to do, and I've been doing this pretty much my whole career, but just not really understanding. Now it's more intentional, and that is simply put, to put solutions in my music. Because one thing that I understand is that whether you're in church, whether you're secular, whether you whatever title you put on yourself, you still have problems, you still have ups and downs, you're still human, so you're still faced with situations that in one way or another, and at some point in our lives, we're all faced with, right? So
Yes.
why not speak to everybody, not just from um, uh, with church jargon, so to speak, but just real life, you
Yeah.
know. And so that's what I'm doing intentionally now is just putting solutions in my lyrics and in my music to uplift people, to encourage people, and to address maybe some issues that are not addressed.
And as you were talking, I'm actually allowing people to look at the interview from Talk of Alabama yesterday, and Catherine Page. Shout out to Talk of Alabama, the folks at ABC 3340.
Yeah.
As you were just sharing your message with them.
Hmm.
Another thing that I want you to tell us about, as the young folks sometimes say, Eric in Cozy, they
Hmm.
say, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this.
Hmm.
So tell the good people at home who are some of the folks that you've had an opportunity to work with.
Well, starting out in my career, I had an opportunity to work with John P. Key. He's the one that actually signed me to my first record deal, and it was amazing. It just the experience itself, because before then, I just had preconceived notions, if you will,
Mhm.
about what I would experience once I finally made it. So that was a tremendous experience. It's through that experience and on that platform that I got a chance to minister with the likes of Yolanda Adams, Kurt Franklin, Hezekiah Walker, Donnie McKirkland. Of course, John at the time was number one on the charts. So any concert that we would do, by the way, we would do 3 concerts a week. During the time that I was with him, I think it was like 2 years. Um, uh, Pretty much every week we were on the stage with somebody famous. I mean, we're sharing the stage with somebody famous. So I really could say the whole industry, you know, but definitely John P. Key, in particular, MC Hammer, Byron Cage, Ben Tankard, and the list goes on,
Wow, wow. I'm listening to that, that list of heavyweights that you have had an opportunity to work with, and looking at your website as well, highriffmusic.com.
Mhm.
Bring us right up to today, since we happen to be looking at this page in Cozy. We happen to be looking at the first single that you actually performed yesterday and will release. Bring us up to today and what you're releasing. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. The name of the song is called You're Mine. It is a love song. It is a journey back to pure love, as many of us knew it, before music started really kind of changing and people start expressing, different ways. But this is basically just back to the basics, just a guy, expressing his love and his admiration for his lady. It is due to be out on the 27th of this month. It'll be on all platforms from Apple Music to even Spotify streaming platforms as well. And I'm pretty excited about it. Of course, we are pushing really hard to get the word out to everyone regarding that particular single. So it'll be out on the 27th, less than 12 days from now.
Wonderful. I have the website that's at the bottom of the screen, along with a contact number for those who want to follow when that comes out and follow more information regarding you. As
Now,
it relates,
can I
go
say,
ahead.
not to cut you off, I just want to encourage people, they could actually go to the website and
Mhm.
pre-order it, if they'd like to.
Good deal.
I don't want you to just wait until the 27th. If you
Yeah,
want to go now, you can go to
yeah.
highriffmusic.com and pre-order it.
And it's listed there at the bottom of the screen. I'll keep that posted there while you're talking. A
Mhm.
little bit more about you as we kind of round this out. You
Sure.
know, um, uh, I watched you yesterday as you were actually playing the keyboard.
Mhm.
For one of the songs. There is actually the second song as we got ready to close out the show on Talk of Alabama yesterday. So I
Mhm.
know that you play the keyboard. Can you talk a little bit about what other items that you play and how did you learn?
Sure. I play the drums, which is actually my first instrument.
Oh,
I kind of stumbled on learning to play the drums because my father's a pastor. And at the time, the drummer went off to college. So he was not there anymore, and we didn't have a drummer in service. So I got on and messed up the whole service for a few months until I had come to a place to where it sounded decent, and I just kept going from there, and it developed.
wow.
Same thing happened with the keyboard. As a young kid, I kind of inspired other young people in the church to play drums as well. So you had a long line of people that wanted to play drums because I was playing drums.
Wow.
So what happened was, I got up off the drums, made it available to those that wanted to play, and started playing keyboard. And so that's kind of how I learned to play keyboard. Growing up with my grandmother, the way she took care of us was that she taught music lessons. So to make a long story short, it was just in us. I mean, we went to bed listening to music and woke up to music. So, and she was a phenomenal pianist and organist, as well as my mom. So, it's just kind of like a succession of that. My started with my grandmother, my mom, and then now me. So, yeah.
I'm
So
playing a little bit of your song, How You Make Me Feel. And I thought it was kind of cool to be able to show how you're playing on the piano and you're just kind of, exercising your gift. It's always good to be able to see these sorts of things as you talk.
yeah,
And I
I
think,
appreciate it.
do you, is it something that you think that you can take for granted because all of us have this thought in our mind. We have our favorite song,
Mhm,
NKosi, and we're
mhm.
thinking, man, we're singing and we're humming, but you actually are on the other side. You create that. Is that easy sometimes to take for granted having that gift because it's just what you do?
Not for me. And the reason why is because I use it for more than just bringing comfort to other people. I actually use it to bring comfort to myself.
Wow.
You have to realize that, that I previously stated that a lot of the lyrics that I write have to do with my life. So sometimes, at different times, it's therapy for me.
Yeah.
At other times, it's a passion for me.
Oh,
At other times, it's a mission for me to uplift other people. So I never take it for granted because it fills so many gaps in my life. Yeah.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm getting caught up. I'm getting caught up again. Um, I'm getting caught up in that song because for me, I'm not around that very often. My gifting is more or less along the line of talking and all of that great stuff and
Mhm.
producing things from a communication standpoint. So it was really amazing, and you could hear the people in the studio who were kind of amazed to
Mhm.
be able to witness that. Witness it like raw, like happening now, like breaking news. Like this is not he's actually creating this and doing this. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things that never gets old. It just never gets old. um,
Honestly, it's amazing because when I garnered the opportunity to perform on the station, um, I wanted a song that I thought would be perfect for kind of an unplug type thing, and I
mhm.
don't have that kind of song on my current project. So I wrote the song the night before, and I wrote the song the night before, and as a result, I think that I want to put that on the record to kind of round it off, and just give a different feel, just an acoustic feel, just me and the piano. So yeah, I mean, it's very, very, very important to me.
I'm still stuck on wrote that the night before.
Yeah, and sometimes it's easy, once you get over being able to accurately express what you're feeling, excuse me, and how you feel, then you just put melody to it, you put music to it, and you just sing from your heart. And I think that's why I've been able to affect people in the way that I have, is because I'm singing with conviction. It's not just something that I just pulled out of a music box and started singing. These are things that are near and dear to my heart, so I can sing them with conviction. And we talked about energy earlier. People can really feel that, especially if it happens to be a subject that they are familiar with, that they're going through. So yeah.
And I think it's a place where we connect with the artists that we like as well, because we feel, the conviction in what they're singing.
Yeah, yeah. It's really important because I've heard artists say that they met fans and supporters that would say that, at a bad time in their life when they were thinking and considering suicide, that they listened to a song, and because of that song they changed their mind and redirected themselves. And I've had similar testimonials regarding my previous works in the past. How can you not take a gift serious if it impacts people in that kind of way? So if anything, I just want to get better at being a communicator, an effective communicator of the lyrics that I write, because I'm understanding more and more. You never know, and you'll never know how many people it's touching, because music lives forever and finds itself in places that you probably never thought it would have been. you know so I'm very appreciative of having that gift.
So I'm going to put you on the spot just a tad bit, but not bad, not bad.
Sure.
So you talked about your music, living forever.
Hmm.
So what I have found with other friends who are musically inclined is that you all are always creating. You're always, and I get it because I'm a creator as well. I'm creative and I'm always creating on to the next thing.
Mhm.
But when you you know, what song, can you remember what song I'm kind of digging from you right now? Can you remember what song that you heard me, like put like singing of yours or whatever?
Actually, I heard you and I was surprised, when you met me at the studio on yesterday. You pulled
Yeah.
up and there was a song called Glory,
Ah,
one of my previous works. And, honestly, I'll be very honest. Um, on that particular project, that is the most talked about song, from
wow.
everybody, and it wasn't even a single. So when I released the song, it was talked about so much, I decided to actually do it. Once I had a television appearance, I decided to actually do that song. And so, yeah, I mean, matter of fact, about 3 weeks ago, someone posted on my Facebook about that song. So, yeah, it definitely crosses boundaries, and all of those things, and it'll live forever. The internet is going to be around, you know, forever. So once it hits the platforms of the virtual world, you know,
Yeah,
man, I mean,
yeah,
even when you think about, like, let's say Elvis or some of the greats in the past, the Beatles or whoever, their songs are still being played now, long after they're gone. So
yeah.
that's a prime example, of a song living forever and a song having the power to touch generations. You know what I mean? So, because we're living in a different generation than, when the Beatles was out, so it's kind of like we're still being affected by that music, and music period. So yeah.
So that's the reason that I wanted to say that, or just to, for you to remember. I was really kind of teasing you, but you
Hmm.
did remember. You have a great memory. But what I was saying to you is that how I'm touched by that song. That song still hits today, and I am so not cool, so I don't even know if that's the right way to say it. But
Mm,
that song hits today.
mm,
And,
thank
as an artist, you're always, and as a creator and a creative, I get it. It's the next thing. I have to keep creating. I have to keep creating.
you.
But you struck a chord with me when you said, this thing will live on. It will outlive me. And that's the beauty of what you do. It will live on. And, the blessing is, again, downtown Birmingham, south side Birmingham, prayers to whatever family is dealing with that today. But I
Yeah.
just wanted to reiterate that to you, just to say, yes, it does outlive you. And just because it's in the past, it doesn't negate the greatness of the moment or the greatness
Wow. Wow.
of the item. So I just wanted to remind you of that, because I see your grind, I see how you work, and I see your passion, and I'm sharing that, for people to be able to understand that about you as well. Is that passion and it's that drive. But,
Mm,
don't forget that your body of work, in the past has stood. There's nothing, why there's no reason to divide. Let's put it all together, because it's you,
sure.
and it's inspiring life.
Thank you so much. As I think about that, I was listening to you talking. I was thinking about that, and I realized that, you know um, I think that's why I love music so much, because it gives you an opportunity to affect people, um, long after you've created the original work.
Yes.
So, I mean,
Yes.
that's amazing. That's amazing. It really.
Still, Tay, just remember this the next time that you kind of think about that and you laugh at this, because you understand Kisa is not cool. Coach K is not really cool like that. Look, but this is what the two words I want you to remember: still hits. That
Uh,
hits today.
got that works for
Still
me.
hits.
I don't know the jargon of the young people.
I don't either.
All of that. So, definitely, I definitely appreciate that. One thing I do realize is that a song that nobody has heard, no matter how old it is in your mind, is
Yeah.
brand new to them. You know,
Yes.
and so, if the feeling, the emotion, and the energy is captured within the song, then it'll have the same effect from generation to generation, you know?
I love it.
Yeah.
So so ever being the consummate artist and the consummate creator, and we're going to round out by making sure that you just kind of give people a reminder about how to connect with you and your latest work. But that's
Sure.
certainly not the only thing that you're working on as well. There's some other projects that you have in the making as well.
Absolutely. I have, of course, the single is going to be out on the 27th. Behind that, we'll drop the whole album
Hmm.
along with a few concept videos. But, we did start the record label, High Riff Music Group. And so what we're doing is kind of just pioneering, if you will. Um, uh, and for the purpose in the future of giving others an opportunity to stand on the platform that we built and showcase their talent. With that being said, we have a young guy by the name of Johnny Williams. His stage name is J Will slash Mr. Payne, right? And so we did a documentary on him, which we're just about finished with. In fact, it should be done this weekend in terms of
Oh,
production.
yeah.
And it's a story about his life. He was incarcerated for 30 years,
Mm.
and basically just wanted to give people a panoramic view of what went on through his testimonial and through his experience, surrounding a documentary. So we're finishing up the last little pieces to that, and should be released maybe within another month. Or so, depending on the legalities around everything.
Yeah.
Also, sometime after that, we'll release a full musical project on this artist as well. So, just to name a few, there's some other ventures that we have going on. A fragrance line that we're trying to put together called NKosi. So,
Okay.
that's about all I can say right now because those things are just about done. Usually, I don't mention anything that's not already done. That way, you don't attract things that could stop you or delay you.
Absolutely. I totally get that. I totally get that.
Yeah.
So to follow you, to follow your projects, you mentioned your upcoming body of work that will be out musically. Give them another reminder. Give the good people another reminder about how they can connect and where they can find your work.
Sure. Well, High Riff Music Group, of course, is the platform. You can go to highriffmusic.com. You can also call 2055 You can catch me on Facebook, NKosi Majestic. That's NKosi Majestic, NKosi Majestic. Instagram, same thing, NKosi Majestic. TikTok NKosi 1555. And YouTube, NKosi TV. So if you want to connect with me, you can connect with me on all of those platforms or either one, and I certainly look forward to connecting with you.
I just put that on the bottom of the screen so people can actually see how it looks in
Okay.
Cozy Majestic. But the most important thing is to remember his name, the first name, the artist known as Nkosi,
Mhm.
on the various social media platforms. So can you you know, sing us out a little something, something
Sure.
of your choice? Can we just hear a little
I'll get
something?
away. No, no, let me see. Is there anything in particular? I do gospel, I do secular music. So, is there anything?
I mean, just all over the airwaves. I'll let you choose.
Okay.
I'll let
Okay.
you choose.
Why don't we sing a little bit of There is a love that's above the rest. Unmerited love, kind of love God has to look beyond our faults and see our needs with agape love that gives us liberty, glory, glory and honor belongs to you.
Yay! Now,
Yeah.
you know what? That was perfect because you in my mind, I just saw this. I didn't tell you that one bit, but in my mind, I just
Mm.
saw me
Wow, 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 wow.
doing all of that, man. That's
Mm.
that's classic, man. That's
Thank
classic. And
you.
that was a gift for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I certainly
Of
appreciate
course, I am supporting you, Birmingham's own,
it. Thank you
growing
so
up
much.
right here in the Magic City, going
Yeah.
all over the world and come right back. What is it called? Full circle.
Circle, yeah. By the way, that's the name of the project, Full Circle. It's been 20 years since I've been in Birmingham, and it just feels so. Uh, uh, the only word that I can come up with is nostalgic.
Yeah.
Uh, just the nostalgic feeling that I get when I come back, and there's so many things that make me feel that way. Growing up here, getting my start here, family, friends, the familiar atmosphere, everything. So I'm just excited. I'm very, very excited.
This has really been fun to have an opportunity to talk to you. And I know people, the reason I love to do this is I love to give this platform toward people who are doing something positive in the community,
Mm.
positive for our community, and who are really creating and really living their life and giving back a part of them. And that's what you're doing. So you are like the poster person for what we do with Evolve.
Thank
And I celebrate you.
you.
You have the floor if you'd like to close out. You're right on at perfect timing. So, is there anything else you'd like to close out with it before we get ready to send them home for the weekend?
Just want to encourage everybody to go after your dreams.
Mm,
Time is not waiting on anybody, it's
mm.
consistently moving, and so is opportunity. And so, if you're not in the path of opportunity right now, you will be, because time and chance comes to everyone. So, what I would suggest you do currently is just prepare, because preparation plus opportunity equals destiny. And so, in order to get to your destiny, you got to prepare, because opportunity is always moving. And sooner or later, your preparation and opportunity will collide and produce destiny in your life.
I don't think I could have said that better. I don't think we could have closed out more perfectly. NKosi is who he is.
Mm,
My encouragement to you is to go out and to support him and support his work and continue to watch him on social media. He is Birmingham born and bred, and he is evolving with us today. Thank you so much. So good to see you, and thank you for my song as well.
thank you.
You're welcome. Talk to you later, and we'll
Uh,
see you all later too. Have a great weekend.
take
Bye. Bye bye.